I've spent years pouring my energy into the church, planning programs and activities, services and ministries, and I do my best to serve God through the church, but sometimes I get the nagging feeling that what I do, what we do together as a church, is more about the idea of the church than the one who established it. Amidst the bustling activities within these walls, is it possible we've lost sight of the one we're truly meant to worship? Hebrews 3:1-6 beckons us to pause and reflect. It says, "And so, dear brothers and sisters who belong to God and are partners with those called to heaven, think carefully about this Jesus, whom we declare to be God's messenger and high priest. For he was faithful to God who appointed him, just as Moses served faithfully when he was entrusted with God's entire house. But Jesus deserves far more glory than Moses, just as a person who builds a house deserves more praise than the house itself. For every house has a builder, but the one who built everything is God. Moses was certainly faithful in God's house as a servant. His work was an illustration of the truths God would reveal later. But Christ, as the Son, is in charge of God's entire house. And we are God's house if we keep our courage and remain confident in our hope in Christ." It's easy to become enamored with the rituals and the structures of our churches, to focus on their growth and maintenance. But have we inadvertently replaced our devotion to Christ with devotion to the institution? Maybe it's time to realign our priorities. And while it's important to care for our churches, let's not forget that they are merely vessels. It's Christ who deserves our unwavering devotion and adoration. So as we labor to grow and strengthen our churches, let's ensure that our primary focus remains on Christ. Let's not worship the house, but the builder, the one who calls us to follow him wholeheartedly, both within these walls and beyond.